let's welcome Heidi Shepherd to Throwback Throwdown with Toomey. You're the debut
Woo!
guest on the show. How is that?
Oh, hell yeah. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be a part of it. Knotfest holds a special place in my heart, as do, the Talk to Me podcast, that
There
too.
we go.
So glad to be here.
Yeah, and one thing I noticed, you do a curated playlist on Spotify for
Mhm.
led. I don't want to say female fronted. I think that's a dirty word these days, right? But
I don't give a shit.
bands with female vocalists. And
Yeah.
what's because some of the stuff you're listening to right now, and really promoting on that stream.
So yes, I have the playlist. It's called Sisters That Slay. You can find it on our page, and it is chock full of badass babes all over the world. One of my favorites, actually, I'm wearing her shirt right now. Michaela,
Nice.
she's from Malta, and
Okay.
we toured with her. She was in a band called Martyrium. We toured with her in Europe, and it was for the Female Voices of Metal tour. Sorry, I knocked over some shit in here. And and she just released her own stuff, and it is brutal. I love it. But I've also been, I'm pumping out Sumo Psycho, Diamante, um, a lot of Spirit Box. I was putting Spirit Box on like a long, long time ago. I've been a fan of Courtney's for a long time. Ginger way back in the day, and it's just kind of it's been awesome for me also to dive down the rabbit hole and find bands that I didn't know about before. There's this band out of France called F's that I didn't know about before, and I know bad on me for not knowing about them, but holy shit, they're amazing. And I think one of their singers just created a new band because they've gone through a couple of different vocalists. But this kind of touching on the term female fronted. To be honest, it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
It did for a really long time. But as time has gone on, and I've said this before and I'll say it over and over again, as time has gone on, it doesn't bother me at all. In fact, I think it's kind of cool because my band was around and is around during a time where girls kind of took the front seat. Us ladies came in to shake shit up, and we all did. And there's this movement that happened where it's become so widely accepted now for girls to front metal bands.
Yeah.
Whereas before it was accepted, by all means, it was accepted, but it wasn't as common. There's a movement now, and it's kind of been where girls have come in and they've taken the lead. And I think it's been really fucking cool. So I don't find the whole female fronted thing to be an insult anymore. I think it's really neat to be a part of this movement. And I know it's not a genre, and I would never think of it as a genre. Like we don't sound like
Right.
Every other chick that's out there. But it's I think it's cool. I think we've created this girl gang, and I love it. Some of my best friends are in other female fronted bands, and I
Right.
think it's awesome. And we have this, like I said, it's a club. Like, we all support each other, and that's kind of what the whole Sisters That Slay. We all really do want each other to succeed, because when one succeeds, we all succeed.
I like you calling it a movement rather than a genre. I like that,
Yeah.
the way of, and with that being said, of this movement, you're kind of the OG of it. And so you get to put out a Spotify playlist and to kind of, show everyone what's going on out there. And you have that voice and that status in this kind of movement to do that.
Well, thank you. That's awesome to hear. I think it's important to show the girls, regardless of age, coming into this genre, finally feeling like, oh, I can do this too, and really taking a stand and going for it. It's important to show them that they have support from all the other girls. I think it's very important, rather than a catty cheerleading squad, which
Right.
I did for a long ass time of my life, and granted, those days were super fun, but the cattiness between girls is disgusting. And so I think that going in there and showing all these females, bonding together, and showing that we support each other rather than drag each other down. I think it's very important. There was a female artist several years ago, like said some shit about me. It was completely untrue and stupid. And the rest of the rest of the girls in the metal community reached out and they were like, "Fuck that. Queens straighten each other's crowns," and that's the truth. You know, like, oh, I have chills even saying that. Like, we really do. We straighten each other's crowns and we say, "Pull up your boots. Let's fucking go." And I think that's important to show the younger generation.